morning, and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show on this beautiful TGIF Friday, August the 11th, 2023 morning. What has this country called Liberia got in store for us? Let's go to Liberia and find out.
All right, the first year get going. All right, tear gas. All right. They keep following just between support of Union Party. What? Please bear with me as per the position of the camera. Damn it. What? The tear gas. Shit. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah. What is going on? Just unbelievable. All right. As I speak to you, my tears, my snap, all is rolling down here. Where did you tear gas? Where? What's happening there? Because of the tear gas. You got it? You got it? Yeah. Please help me. Let me start my screen. Put my camera. I want to start my screen. Please. No, you hold the camera so I will tie it better.
Well, according to my correspondent, this was what occurred in Liberia after the president, George Weah, got on the air and said that he and his party are going to disrespect the Unity Party and former Vice President, Joseph Numa Boakai. According to reports, George Weah made this statement because he feels that in 2017, at a meeting between him, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and another party leader with Joe Boakai, they all agreed that this was the era for young Liberians to rise up and lead Liberia. So George Weah is saying now that Boakai lied. Boakai sat in that meeting and agreed that there was the time for young Liberian people to lead. Now he's running for president. And George Weah has found now that there's no way for him to win this election. So he's coming up with this position that because Joseph Boakai in 2017 was at that meeting and agreed to the fact that it is a time for young people to lead Liberia, he shouldn't be running for the presidency of Liberia. He lied. I see my correspondent trying to get on. Apparently they're blocking my correspondent in Liberia. I can see he's having difficulty coming on. So these are the circumstances we're facing with this reckless government. Let me bring him on. I still can't get him to come on. Something's wrong. But anyway, this is what's happening. And all of this is say, I just want to clear my side. You know? I just want to clear my side. Okay? Because all of the thing here, we got to look at it seriously. Now, how does George Weah intend to disrespect Joseph Boakai? That's the big news in Liberia now. The president of Liberia has come out and stated that because Joseph Boakai was in the meeting with him and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in 2017, when Ellen Johnson made a statement that it is time for the young people to lead Liberia, and he agreed, Joseph Boakai cannot lead Liberia. He cannot be running to be president of Liberia. He lied. He said, Samuel Walker. Did Joseph Boakai...
Good morning.
I can't hear you, brother.
Good morning.
How are you? Did Joseph Boakai lie?
Well, I really don't know what he called lies because political statement. I won't call it lie. Those are political statements. Boakai and Ellen and we were in meeting, and with Winston Tubman that he would, I mean, he won't take part in election in the future. But those are political statements. So does
Wow.
that warrant somebody to disrespect somebody?
So
And because right after that, I said,
Boca really made that comment that he would not participate in
but I don't know. We just hearing from where, and he had not been saying it all along.
So
Only yesterday that he said it.
what is this video about this fighting I see going on here? I just showed.
After we had made a statement at his party headquarters, we saw seditions. Yesterday we saw seditions moving towards the UP headquarters, the campaign office around the airfield area. And maybe he sent them because from the statement that Harry Borden got on a rampage.
So that was
to
right
attack
after
UP.
That was right after his statement that he
Yeah.
going to respect Joseph Boca,
Mhm.
that he's the CDC and everybody march on Unity Party headquarters.
Yeah, the campaign headquarters around the airfield.
But
So people will say, yes, he sent them.
But do you really believe that Boca said all these things, that he would not run again? But why would Boca commit himself to that kind of thing? And Boca was Ellen. So Ellen kind of, I mean, I don't know what's going on here, sir.
Yeah, because Ellen had a meeting with them, and according to we are that it's time for the young people. So we should sunset. I mean, we should leave the race. So even if Ellen has said it in a meeting, why then Boakai had to run?
Who is Ellen honestly to say that? Who is that witch? I don't want to use the other word. Who is that witch to say that thing? She the mother of Liberia. She damaged Liberia. She a damn road. She a nepotist. She sold West Africa out. She sold West Africa up to the World Bank. She sold us out. And wherever Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got property in Africa, after it and confiscated. She's a damn evil woman. She betrayed Africa. So, I ain't want to hear about that foolish, evil woman, man. That woman is wicked. I don't want to hear about her.
So, from all indication, it was weird that sent his boys to attack Boakai because Boakai was on his way there at the campaign office to name his final campaign team members. That was the final listing that he was going to announce, and this happened.
Well, let me ask you a question now, Sam. If we see this going on, and the president is involved with attacking other political parties, why should the other political parties have militants to protect them?
Yeah, but he started it, so we gotta protect ourselves.
Yes.
But in fact, some time ago, the president told us that he didn't know how security. We should provide our own security and buy CCTV to man us. So I mean, there's no security in Liberia. We gotta protect ourselves. So that's why Yagaya Kolba said.
And by this action, he's doubling down on his statement.
Yes. So everybody gotta provide security for themselves. So there's no security in the country no more. Police standing right there and no guy man hitting people and they're taking no action. That's why they call the police or partisan police. They are indeed. Because from what I observed yesterday, the police will stay there and they will kill somebody and they won't take action. Or someone person got wounded seriously.
And the police were right there, they didn't do nothing.
They were right there.
So those are the additional police that we are just hired.
Well, from what we saw, somebody got an old police. They were mixed up, additional police plus the regular police force. They were there at a moment checkpoint, and they saw the kind of violence, but they encouraged it.
Yeah, so there's no guarantee of safety.
Because the guy came from CDC headquarters, there's no guarantee of safety. There's no guarantee at all.
Liberia is terrible. So I mean,
Liberia is terrible.
Let me tell all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora who want to go to Liberia. Y'all see what happened in Liberia? All of you who want to go to Liberia for the election next month or month after, you see what's happening? The violence just starting. You'll be mindful. Be very careful. You who go into Liberia for election, be very careful. Your lives are in danger. Your lives are in danger. Go ahead, Sam. I mean, because just from that video you sent me, you can see that there will be no peace in the country, man. That if the
Sure, there'll be no peace.
If the government is the instigator and George Weah is the perpetrator, there can't be no peace in the country. So is he taking us to a civil war again?
I think so.
Because the people in Liberia will not tolerate this. We're not going to tolerate this. There's no dictator in Liberia. And if George Weah wants to remain president of Liberia, you got to make sure that the process is peaceful. That he doesn't be the main perpetrator of violence. And as it's seen right now, CDC is in the forefront. And this cannot be tolerated. This cannot be tolerated. So all these people in the international community who are interested in Liberia and want to have a stake in Liberian peace, they better get involved now and tell this man he can't do this. You see, these are things that lead to coup d'etat, Sam.
Yeah.
Why would these people attempt a coup d'etat now when you, the main president, coming up and trying to stop another man from running? Because when you say you're going to disrespect Broca and you got the police force and all the security apparatus under your control, you're looking for violence. You're looking for war. And this cannot be the legacy of this weird government. You come, you say you want peace, then you're the mean man instigating war. So what will go from here, Sam? What do you think we're going now? I mean, you can't talk? Can't got your tongue?
Yeah, the noise. Oh, God. There was a noise.
Oh, you in the area, don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, where are we going? I mean, we just want to caution ECOWAS to move in quickly, or else there'll be a bigger problem.
But what ECOWAS
they have been coming, going and calling for peace. Now we see what is happening.
Do they have military observers to come in there? Because the way the situation is going right now, and we want to use the police to exercise violence in the country against the opposition.
Like what happened in Sierra Leone when they killed over 17 persons, according to the news. That's why maybe he's in cahoots with Marabio in Sierra Leone to do similar thing here. But that can happen in Liberia. Don't tell that nonsense. I always told people Sierra Leone scenario is quite different from Liberia. In Sierra Leone, the people did not allow any ex-fighter rebels against the government to hold any position in the country. But for Liberia, you got all the rebels here. And it will be dangerous for this country.
And some of them still have what can I say, Sam? That is a situation we have to deal with, man. That is a situation we have to deal with, If we brought this on ourselves, we got this man here in our government now. We can't get rid of him. He has taken us back to the dual era where people's lives are being threatened now. We see violence is permeating all through the nation now. Then he comes out and make the statement that he would disrespect Joe Broca. Why do men want to bring violence in our country? Because we're going back to war. Liberian people, you see, we've been through 14 years of civil war. 14 years. Liberian people are not afraid of war. We're not afraid of war. We just had enough. We had enough of the killing and the fighting among ourselves. We've had enough. Why does man want to take us back there? Why you want to do this? Where else you think this thing will lead? When you start disrespecting the most popular president and leader, a candidate in the country, not leader, a candidate. Joe Barker is more popular than George Weah now. So why are you disrespecting him? Why are you sending talk to his headquarters? Because it will lead to violence. So there is really some intention of George Weah to create havoc in our country, create instability. Why? Why? Will this make people afraid to go out to vote? Is that what they want to do? Create terror in the society so people don't go out to vote? Would that work? We've had too much of this, man. This. If we're going to go through a democratic process in our country, we as Liberian people got to make our leaders know and understand that we will not stand for this bullshit or instability or trying to stop other parties from freely participating in our electoral process. We can't go through this. This is a process for all the Liberian people. It's a process that we value. And when we value something, we want it to be fair. We expect it to represent all our people. And we can't tolerate this. We can't tolerate this. We can't tolerate this. These grown-up boys in our society got to know and understand that they have no control over the Liberian people. My people, it's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to take back control of our nation. This election must be free and fair. This election must be peaceful. And we, the Liberian people, must send a resounding, clear message to George Weah and his thugs that we will not tolerate violence during this election. Those police people that under George Weah control that he wants to use in this election to create violence against the opposition, we will not tolerate it. We must not tolerate it. This is our country. This is where we have control. And we cannot continue to allow a few people to override our system of democracy. This is a challenge for all Liberian people. This is a challenge for all Liberian people. We cannot continue to let these gangsters and grown-up boys override our system of democracy. I'm not for any party. You have never heard me perpetrating the ideals or principles of any party. Okay? I like Joe Barker, but nobody can even say I've been promoting him. Okay? Let the Liberian people make their choice. Let the Liberian people make their choice. For our democracy to survive and flourish, we, the people, must ensure that every measure to ensure peace and stability in our country is met. Every measure is met. We came too far and too hard for this democracy. Many people have died for our nation to change. Fathers and mothers have been hurt. Children have lost parents. We have gone backwards so many years because of our desire for change in our country. This is the revolution I'm talking about. Gabriel Tucker, you asked me, you talking about it. You said this revolution from the ever since. Yes. We can't start another revolution. Look at what George we are then doing. They're trying to ensure that there is no peace and stability for this election. When you say you're going to disrespect Joseph Boycott because of some statement you made in 2017, you never said nothing about this thing all along. You never said nothing about it. Why now, the man that's leading you now, you talking about disrespecting him because of some 2017 statement or agreement you came to? We ain't going to buy that. Ellen Johnson said he has no autonomy or power over the Liberian people. That old fool better check her ass and get out of Liberia. That old fool is a witch and a corrupt bitch. I didn't want to say it, but every time I talk about her, it comes to my mouth. She needs to stay out of Liberian politics. We held her high, despite the fact that as Liberian people, our standing principle has always been that a mulatto woman or man cannot be president of our country. We violated our own principle to make this witch, Ellen Johnson, president of Liberia, a mulatto. Then what she did, she got there and thinks that she owns our country now. Put her children in government after killing our fathers. You think that thing will set up well with us? Ain't going to rest well with us. Ain't going to rest well with us. It's not about the Liberian people. It's about you, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Your deceitfulness, your treachery, your witch, your evilness. We don't want revenge against you, but you got to be punished. You and your children got to be punished. That's not revenge. Nobody wants personal revenge against you. I'm a Christian. I can't revenge. No, I will not revenge against you. But I will punish you because of what you did to the Liberian people. That's wrong. That's wrong. We can't let that woman go. If that woman go, God can't bless us. We see how many people died in our country, man, because of this same nepotism, favoritism, friendship, lies, deceitfulness. Then the very woman who led us against Starbot and all these people and these things is the very woman that perpetrated the same thing against the Liberian people to reach her faggot son and her utterly useless bitch-ass sons. What kind of woman is this? What kind of woman is this? You kill our people because you said they did wrong. Then you come and do the same thing you kill them for. Then you standing up in Liberian people's face and you want to tell us how to lead our country still? We should rise up against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This woman need to be put to the pool and executed. She need to be executed. She needs to be executed for what she did. That's not revenge. That's justice. That's justice. You can't kill other people, parents and relatives and family members. Then you come and do the same thing you killed them for. Then you want to stand up here, instead of leaving our country alone, you want to come act like some godmother of Liberia. You need to be put to the pole and executed. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not condoning it. But what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You are the cause of those 13 people dying. You are the cause of Toba being killed. You see? And it's not right. It's not right. All this evil got to come to an end. All this wickedness in our country has got to come to an end. You know, and our God can bless us with peace. Can bless us with peace. God will bless us with peace. Where you been at, Sam?
Yeah, the network it dropped, it fluctuating. So I had to.
I know the people watching you now. That when you're talking too much, they shut you off. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was just talking about all this thing when you left, Sam. It's disparaging. So with all this thing, we blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Yeah,
All
she's a main problem.
everything fall on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because you see, Sam, we broke the norms of our nation for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. As long as I've been educated in Liberia, mulatto people can't be president of our country. People like Henry Casa, they can't be president and vice president of our country. That was a long-held principle of Liberia. Why? Because we suffered to get our freedom. We suffered for Liberia. We want only Negro people leading our nation. We know what we went through under the white people. That was when we founded Liberia. It has been a long-standing principle of our nation, a public policy. You remember I told you public policy is not written. It's the law, but it's not written. Why? Because the whole public believes in it and treasures it. So it may not be in the law book, but because we believe in it and treasure it, it becomes law. And forever in our society, mulatto people, there are two positions in our society mulatto people cannot hold: the president and vice president. It's not because we hate mulatto people. It's because we struggle for our freedom. As Black people, we struggle for centuries under the yoke of enslavement. In Liberia, where our people.
Hey, baby. Sorry, man.
So it's our public policy that foreigners, especially mulattoes, cannot serve in the two positions, vice president and president. Why? Because we want to make sure that our lives, our future are protected. And only we can ensure these things for us. White people can't ensure it for us. How will white people ensure it for us? You see, you put in mulatto children there, the first thing they want love their father. Look at Ambassador Muna Fahad. Her pa never did man in Maryland. All she cared about her pa. I had to tell her. I said, we don't hate your pa, but your pa can't be Liberian. We struggle for our freedom. You are Liberian. Yes, we love you. We tolerate you. We accept you. You're serving our government. You part of us. But you got to help us respect and uphold our legacy. If mulatto children in Liberia, like that damn bitch Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, does not respect our laws, how can they serve in our country? They can't be a part of us. Because if you're a mulatto Liberian, you should understand the plight of our people, the struggle of our race for freedom, and why we Liberian people have these two positions preserved only for Liberian people, for only black people. Because we don't want people coming there and say, "Oh, I love my white father so much," and then they sell our land and things to the white brothers and sisters and all those kind of things. When you look, we're back into enslavement. Sometimes that's what we're afraid of. That's what we're afraid of. Look at South Africa and all the other countries. As soon as white people become citizens, they buy up the land. Especially, I didn't want to say white, because white different from Lebanese people and Indian people. Those are Arabs. And those are the people who want land in Liberia. White people don't want land in Liberia. It's the Arabs. Arabs, they're not white. Those people are racist. They're competing with us for civilization. The Arabs think they're better than us. They're more intelligent. They're more advanced, and they're not. All of us are God's people. But they try to do that racist thing in Africa and in the Middle East and all those things. And if you don't understand that, you better understand that. You better understand that. Because this thing is not about racism. This thing is about protecting our rights and our heritage. We are the least race in our world. We are the wretched. Everybody tried to step on us, to rob us. The white people did it. Now the Arabs think they can do it to enrich themselves over us. It can't happen. It can't happen. Because from time immemorial, the Nubians have protected Christianity in Africa. From time immemorial. Huh? What'd you say?
No, right. No, outside, I'm trying to post up here.
But what you do, man? Our country is a noisy country. The people make noise for everything. They happy to make noise. They sad they make noise. People die. So what do you do? So, but this is the point we're talking. Every society that has issue of poverty has a community of noise. Every society says. In America, yeah, you go in the ghetto, you hear noise all day. The same thing in Liberia. It's just that in this country, people got an opportunity to advance. In Liberia, we don't. We don't. Look at people living with their mother and father until you're 30, 40 years old. You can't get a job nowhere sometimes. Huh? Where you get a job from? How can you grow? How can you excel? You can't. When you have no jobs, you have no means or opportunities. You got to live with your mind and power until you're 30 years old. The government is the only means of getting a salary. Our whole nation end up corrupt, backwards. We've been through this for too long, man. And we keep going through this. It will not change, my people. I've been through all the Caribbean. Because I wanted to see other people in the countries. And they're suffering the same way we're suffering, but at least those people understand some concepts of development. Their roads are paved. People in this country demand things from the government because some of them are enlightened. In the Caribbean, the near America, the people enlightened. They don't charge their government for different things. Their government can't do foolishness in some of those countries. And let me tell you something. They're not paying their government officials like us. Some of those people in the Caribbean not even making $1,000 a month. They're not, the government officials not. Because they got all the immunities. They got free cars, they can live in government houses. So what you want big salary for? This isn't happening in our country. All these people, they're not paying light bill. Many of them not paying water bill. We're giving them free cars. What else they want? Why they got to take $15,000 out of home? Why? All of this got to change because this is the perpetration of corruption against the Liberian people. But the people don't know it. They don't know it. But they got to learn it. They got to learn it. No matter how we try to teach these things, no matter how we try to advance the peace in our nation, our people in Liberia are the caretakers. We can say everything we want to say, we can do everything we want to do. If the people in Liberia do not respond, it will not happen. This is why we want to educate the people. This is why we need to resurrect our revolution. Because any revolution will start again. A revolution is a rapid change. Any change will start in our country again. It will not be a new change. It will not. Since 1980 to today, how many coups, how many revolutions people have attempted in our country, even led to a civil war for 14 years. It hasn't changed our country. The revolution has never taken place. It has never taken hold. So when you talk about the 1980 revolution being obsolete, it's not. It never took hold. People died for nothing. People still being killed like animals in our country because of ignorance, disease, and poverty. People still being killed like dogs in our country. How could a revolution have even failed? It didn't take hold because the people who we counted on to change our country were deceitful people. Ellen Johnson Sally them. Liars. Look at Ellen Johnson Sally being all over Liberia for 50 years. 50 years now. That bitch, Ellen Johnson Sally, been trying to lead Liberia and Liberian people 50 years, and we haven't changed. We haven't changed. Walker, this is it, 50 years or more. More, Walker been there longer, and we haven't changed. I just following the flow. I just following the flow. You know? At one point, I believed that Boca could have made a change. But when Boca sat down and let the CPP be demolished and destroyed, how can that man hold Liberia together? He can't. He can't. Anything happening in our country, Boca would be just like we are. Both of them would sit down and watch Liberia destroy. And Elliot Cummings is not better. Elliot Cummings is a stooge of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The stealing will go on. The protection of the evil few will continue because he's the fuckmate of Rabo Salif. So our country will suffer again. You see, that Rabo Salif boyfriend. So our country is in a mess. It's in a mess. George Weah can't help us. Porker can't help us. Cummings is a symbol of like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her family. They will rob us. Don't mind all that in the talking. They will rob us. Ellen Cummings don't know no better. Look at what he did with Benana Uri. The two sat down and destroyed the CPP. You know, I look at examples. You show me something, why would I support you? The CPP, those three people, Walker, Benana, Cummings, they failed. If those three men of education and prominence cannot come together to lead Liberia, any one of them capable of leading Liberia, they are deceitful people. They are treacherous people. We can't trust them. So no matter who you're electing in Liberia right now, I'm not coming home to work with them. I'm not coming home. I got to start looking for a new job in America. I ain't coming home. My life will be in danger with those people. Those people have not demonstrated that they love Liberia. They love themselves. That we know. They have demonstrated to us that they love themselves, not that they love Liberia. No. If they love Liberia, the CPP will have never been demolished. Benana Ure, Alexander Cummings, Nomli Kanga, and especially Joseph Boka, who have maintained the CPP as patriots of this nation. But their behaviors have demonstrated to the Liberian people that they are traitors, that all of them will fail us. They can dance all they want to dance. They can sing all they want to sing. They can't help Liberia. They can't help us. And this is where we stand with honest people, with men and women of integrity, of loyalty, of law and order. Whenever we see people like Boka, Benana Yuri, Yomdi Kanga Lawrence, Alexander Cummings, they cannot stand together as men and women. They sit down and let the CPP be destroyed like ignorant fools. You think I can follow those people? I can't follow none of them. They have demonstrated that none of them are patriots. That's the hallmark of patriots, bringing our diversity together and standing together as one, in spite of our diversities, in spite of our divisions, in spite of our differences. We are men and women of reason. We are men and women of consciousness. When we come together and decide something, our word is our bond. But that was not demonstrated by Boka, Uri, Cummings, nor Congo and Lawrence. We have no leaders in our country. We have no leaders. They are bullshitters. All the people are bullshitters. And I cannot serve with none of those people. I can help my country, but I can't serve one of those people. Those people have demonstrated that they do not have the ability to bring Liberian people together. I am not a tribalist. I will not bring my country together because of my tribe or because some tribal ass from up country like Prince Johnson. I'm not a tribal ass. I'm a real man. When I want to bring my people together, I bring my people together. Not on tribal lines, but on basic principles of survival, of livelihood, of life. What tribe got to do it? When you see people can't organize themselves and come together, they're not right. And Boca is deceitful. He's a deceitful man. You sit down there with the CPP, you see these two young asses fighting. You say nothing to them. You let them fight that they divide the whole organization. Then you got to come back on your own to start all over again. Boca failed us too. He failed us. All these people failed us. And that's my problem. That's my problem. No matter how we cheer Boca or we cheer the other people, they fail us. Their leadership style is not the style for the new leadership. I can say anything you want to say about Boca. They're all in the same shoes. We don't care about young leadership. We want the best leadership. I don't care about young people leading my country. If the young people uneducated, immature, and dumb, why would I want them lead me? Why would I want George Weah? You tell me to work for George Weah. I cannot work for George Weah. He's a dumb man. No matter whether he's young or not, he's dumb. It does not behoove me to be under that kind of man. He's a dumb man. There are many educated Liberians out there. Why would I come serve under this buffoon? Why would I serve under Boca? Why would I serve under Benani Ure? Why would I serve under Alexander Cummings? Why? These people are not revolutionaries. Our country has not changed since they've been to power. If Cummings meant to change Liberia, he would change Liberia by his actions. But look at that fool. Huh? You go take the most corrupt people in our country to align yourself with. Then you say you won't be leader. Sam, this is bullshit. You see what I say, Sam? I see the truth. And I can't put the truth in alignment with people who have demonstrated ab initio that they treasure us. Boca, Cummings, Ure, Kanga Lawrence, all of them treasure us. Just like we are. There's also evil men and women in our country. You can't trust them. You can't trust them because there's no way that the CPP would have been destroyed if Boca was a real man. There was no way. Because when you commit yourself to something, you commit yourself to a long-lasting relationship or don't commit yourself at all. But you can't commit yourself to something as a senior elder and you see two young little fools fighting among themselves, then you keep quiet till their actions lead to the destruction of the organization. You have failed. That's why I can't come to Liberia to work for Boca. I can't do that. Because Boca sat down there like a senior leader and saw that bitch, Benana Ure, and that other bitch, Ella Cummings, fighting among themselves and led to the destruction of the CPP that the Liberian people were depending on to lead us to the new light as a unified organization. These dummies sat down and destroyed it. And Boca never said a word. Boca was a deceitful old man. He was deceitful, treacherous old man. But we never heard a word from Boca. The whole white old boys were fussing Sam. Boca was deceitful. He was deceitful. And that's why I can't work for him. Because old man deceitful like that. How can our country progress? You see these two fools fighting. You will not say a word. You will just sit down and let them destroy the organization. And you still have to speak a word about it. So how can Boca change our country now, Sam? Boca will sit down and see our country being destroyed. Say a word. And let Prince Johnson and Kuhn and Kanga and Darius Dillon run shit in our country down the tube too. But this is where we are, Sam. I always make your conclusion. Let's go.
Yeah, fear is now over Liberia. Because what is unfolding, we kind of getting afraid. The only thing, as I always say, we pray for peace. Let God touch our hearts and let this election be peaceful. Other than that, you will see us running back to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire and other places. We pray that there should be total peace. Because what is unfolding, what the president is saying, he's not after peace. Just months after the Farmington agreement, in fact, the very moment when they closed the Farmington agreement, he insulted one opponent. And he's always doing it. Casket
So
is
you,
coming. Then he's
you
telling us
think
this.
so? You think Ghana should keep the Buddha Brown refugee camp open?
They should keep it open, though. We'll come there again. They should keep it open. They should
Yeah,
keep it
yeah, but
open because we're coming there again.
don't close that camp, boy. We're coming back. We're coming
We're
back.
coming
Back.
back. Yeah, man.
Keep my school open. We're coming back.
Yeah.
Is that it?
All right. Thank you, man. Yeah, man.
It? That's your
It's
statement?
all for the day. Yeah,
Okay,
that's it for the day. Yeah. Thank you.
take care, son. I'll talk to you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
My people, my people, my people. That my people. We're going back. We're going back. Oh. Are we going to go back? Are we going to really sit down and see our country go back? We're already going back. But we're still going back. We're already going back. But we're still going back. So there's an endless trend to this going back. My people, Danamio, Huda, my people. Are we going to stay with the violence? The time of the people is here. I'm out of here. I got to go. I see y'all tomorrow. My last day for this week. Let the pain sit in my heart. Mm-hmm. Let the Lord come down and talk to me some kind of way. Mm-hmm. I need help. I need help. Do you need help? We need help. Oh, Jesus, we need help. Have a good day, my people. Repent. Repent. This politician, all the politicians put them together in the church. Repent. Repent.